What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Ria Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Monday. Whew. That one took the wind out of me.
You still sound pretty congested, I'm not gonna lie.
I am. I don't want to alarm people, and also I don't want to gross people out, but my sinuses are so bad that my gums and my nose have been bleeding. And I didn't know that was possible. I knew your nose could bleed. I didn't know your gums could bleed.
Happy Monday.
Yeah, everyone. Happy Monday, everyone. Hope you're feeling great. My gums.
A lot of bodily fluid talk on this show recently.
I know. I feel terrible even saying it, but this is real life, guys. This is what you're gonna get. But I was just hanging out, and all of a sudden, yesterday, my gums started bleeding, and I was like, "Oh no!" And I have a tremendous amount of pain in my gums and my teeth, really bad, to the point where I was like, do I have to go to the dentist? But then I was like, no, it's my sinuses. I looked it up. It was like, yes, if you have a bad sinus infection or whatever it is,
totally
can cause really bad toothache or gum pain because it's connected, which would make sense because when I got my wisdom teeth taken out, they said that my wisdom teeth were literally tied around my sinuses. So it's all connected. And so my gums and my nose have been bleeding. So that was fun yesterday. And then
and you're still congested. So like anytime you're coughing or when you're blowing your nose a lot, like it dries out your sinuses but you get bloody noses.
Let me tell you.
Bloody noses.
I won't even talk about it.
Okay, maybe we're getting too much into it.
Right. And in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have gone out last night. But we all make mistakes. And I'm actually I feel better. That's the weird part. I feel, when you're really sick and you feel really sick, but then you feel better as a whole. You just have all the things still not working right. Like I'm still congested, whatever, but I don't feel sick.
Totally. That's like even like the first time I had COVID, I felt like shit for a few days. And then that kind of like the head pain, like that stuff, once that starts to go away, and when you have everything together as one, it's so miserable. And when some of them like start to go away and you just have to deal with one thing, it's like, I feel fine. Like once I was on like day 4 or 5 and it was just congestion and like a little bit of a cough, but like not bad. You're like, I'm basically 100%.
You're like, this is a dream.
Yeah, you're
this is beautiful.
Great. I feel great.
Really crazy that I have never tested positive for COVID.
Yeah,
it's really
something's going on there that I'm not sure what.
I don't know how. It's really one of the more shocking things. But in hindsight, besides all that, I met some wonderful people that listened to Chicks in the Office last night, and they were really fun and cool and nice. And I always get really happy when I meet the people who listen to our show, and they always are so cute and have like the best outfits, and it just makes me happy. I'm like, hey, you guys are all so cute. Like,
yeah, I do love that everybody does have great outfits.
They always have great outfits.
Always have great outfits.
Always. I'm always like, damn, you guys, I want to steal all your clothes.
I know. Everybody, no, that is great. I saw Baker Matt was playing at Webster Hall. That me and my DJs, it was my friend's birthday and it just happened to pair up with this. And it was like, at some, I don't even know how to describe the place. It's like a lounge, I guess, technically. But he went there before going to Webster Hall. And it's just like, isn't it funny when just one, like everybody who I was with, like kind of knew who he was, but like not really. They were like, wait, who is this guy again? And everyone had the same, like, oh, you know the song, like, you would know it if I'm doing it wrong. Like it's like
I was like, wait, do I know that song?
You do. Da, 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 da. Oh, it's not English. It's like whoa.
I'm really not following.
You would. I'm telling you.
If you play, can you just play it for me?
Gia likes it. Yeah, you would know it. This.
Yeah, yes, I do know that song. Yeah, but I would have never gotten it from what you were doing.
Super fair.
Ever.
People got it from what I was doing last night.
But did you have fun?
That was funny. What?
Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Everybody was hyped for that song. And then, like he's got a bunch of ones that like, he's one of those DJs that you would probably hear the name and be like, wait, I don't know who that is. And then you hear like 3 or 4 songs and you're like, wait, I know all these songs. So I got it.
It's kind of like a lot of DJs though.
A lot. Oh yeah, a lot.
Majority. DJs.
I had to Google what they look like because I'm like, what does this guy look like?
Only a select few really make it in this world. Like,
no,
really make it. Like they make it. They get paid, right? But name wise,
you ever watch that Zac Efron DJ movie?
Yes,
no.
with Emily Ratajkowski.
With Emily Ratajkowski.
Yeah,
but I should.
So bad, but it's like bad. It's almost bad good. I feel like I would like it. Probably would.
I gotta put more Orajel on my gums.
Okay. Anyway, Chicks in the Office needs guys. We were so happy to have 400 episodes that we were like 400. We need a break. Programming note: we're going on a little vacay after The Bachelor. I also think, to be honest, and I know this is a much deeper conversation of just like the Bachelor franchise in general, but we have gone through like 18 months of nonstop Bachelor, Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise. Like it's been kind of wild with Cutting Stems and it's just been nonstop. And because of that, we haven't really been able to take like long weekends or like anything. Cause like Mondays we gotta be doing Cutting Stems. So this is the first time after the finale where like, there's actually going to be a break. The Bachelor's not going to be back on TV for a while. And we're taking a little vacay. Everybody's Chicks in the Office team is taking some time off.
You're making it sound like we're all going on a trip somewhere together.
I know. I kind of was doing that on purpose. We are all individually going to places.
No, me, Ria, and Devin are going to London.
Yes.
So
very funny.
We did work. No. We did workshop that.
Me and Devin
thought about it.
Jack Mack, who works at Barstool, was like asking us about it, and me and Devin just like we're going along with it. Like, yeah, Devin and Rhea are going to London, and Devin like showed him like your guys' flight to Florida, but he's like so convinced. And then he was telling people, and then like Liam came up to me later and was like, when you said you were going with your friends, I didn't know that you just meant Rhea and Devin. And I'm like, I was just fucking with Jack.
That's really so funny.
When you said friends, I didn't think you meant Rhea and Devin.
I mean, that would be a very weird thing if Liam was like, oh, who are you going with? I'm like, my friends. But I just didn't say Rhea and Devin.
Yes, that is correct.
So Fran is going on a lovely tropical vacation with her boyfriend. And Noah's going to London with his friends, Devin and Rhea. And Devin and I are going to Florida. And Natalie is going to Florida, I'm assuming.
No, she said she's going snowboarding.
Fuck yeah.
All right.
Wow, we're really covering all our bases. I love it. We got international travel, winter travel, warm travel. So we're all very, very excited about that. So that means we will be off. We're going to be off for a week. We'll have no Friday. We're going to miss a Friday, Monday, Wednesday. And then we'll be back Friday.
We'll be back.
Is that the 25th?
We'll be back to Thursday for the Harry Potter comes out that Thursday.
Right. Thursday, the 24th will be Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows Part 1. And the 25th will be a Chicks in the Office episode. And then for the following week, we'll have our Bachelor finale recap on Wednesday after the 2 nights that we have this week. And we'll have that on the 16th. And then we'll be back the 24th for Harry Potter and regular episode the 25th.
There we go. Programming note. You guys want to hear some bullshit?
Yeah.
So Fran and I are Catholic. Noah is Jewish. And during Lent, I try to abstain from eating meat on Fridays because my mommy wants me to.
Yeah.
And so I try to be a good Catholic, even though I don't even know if Jesus would care if we ate meat on Fridays.
I feel like that's an easy thing, just once a week.
Yeah, it's easy. It's easy. So
it's easy until you're craving a chicken sandwich, and then it's not so easy.
Yeah. So
I'm really not that into it. Like I've not been to church for a very long time. So
me either, probably, but whatever. That's besides the point.
Yeah.
So me and Devin were going to lunch on Friday, and she was like, "Do you do the whole no meat thing?" And I was like, "Yeah, I try to." She was like, "All right, same, me too. So let's try to not eat meat when we go to lunch." Okay. We walk in, and she goes, "Oh my God, look, it's a priest." And we were like, "Wow, it's a priest eating here." Like, it was like exciting, like, wow, and you just don't see that.
Priest so in the wild,
a priest in the wild eating. We're like, wow, there's a priest. And as we see this, the waitress is coming over with 2 meals, one for the priest, one for who the priest was out to lunch with. There was a salad and there was a chicken sandwich. Yeah. And the waitress was giving the salad to the priest. And the priest goes, no, the sandwich is mine. And Devin and I looked at each other in slow motion like, what? Like, the priest is about to eat that chicken sandwich? And I know what people are thinking, like, the priest could not have been Catholic, whatever. He was, because we sat down right next to them and we heard the whole conversation.
Yeah, because that was going to be my follow-up. I was like, he could be like a minister or pastor or something.
No. We heard the conversation. He was talking a lot about the Catholic Church. He was talking about his parish. He was a Catholic priest. Okay. And
interesting.
Not shocking that he did something so shady then.
I know, right? So the most shocking thing. That's everyone's saying, oh, wow, the most disgusting priest, the thing priests have done. I get it. Priests have done some really, but speaking of, now we're on the topic of priests. My fucking favorite priest growing up, not my favorite anymore, was arrested for alleged child porn this past week. So it's been a bad week for priests in Ria's world. Okay. Yeah. It's been not a good week for me and priest. So favorite priest, allegedly.
Come on over to our side.
I convert for alleged child porn, and another priest was eating a chicken sandwich on Fridays. So my whole life is a lie, and I just want that out there. And Rachel's challenge wasn't real. So it's a lot. It's a lot.
I mean,
you grow up and you learn things, and your eyes, they widen, you become clear, and it's a lot to take in.
I wish you said something to the priest.
Well, so my dad FaceTimed me while I was at lunch.
I really wish you did. Like, I wish you got up from your meal and you were like, "Excuse me, Father, is that chicken?"
We almost did. We were like, it would be kind of funny if we said something, and what do we have to lose? Like,
exactly.
Wait, so is that meat for everyone? Because I thought it was like each person gives up their own thing.
Well, you give up.
You do that on top of
every day.
Yeah.
And then basically on Sundays could be your cheat. I don't know. And then on Fridays you don't eat meat. But
and holy days.
Yeah. And my dad FaceTimed me because I texted him and he was laughing, and then he saw my tweet and he was like, "I hope none of you are eating meat right now," like on the FaceTime, to see if the priest would hear. But the man was not fazed. He was having a glass of Pinot with his chicken sandwich.
Maybe there's different rules for.
But people kept tweeting. The people are so annoying. Everyone is so fucking annoying sometimes. I'm sorry. I'm really babbling on right now, but I got two things. One, when you tweet something out, right? Or what, I don't do it unless I have the facts. If I didn't know he was a Catholic priest, and if I didn't know it was a chicken sandwich, I wouldn't have tweeted that, right? I got my facts right, and people are like, "Well, what if he's not Catholic? What if it's a fish sandwich?" It's like, I know it was a fucking chicken sandwich, and I heard him talking about being Catholic. So why? Like, I wouldn't tweet this thing. Number two, I tweeted out a picture of my Harry Potter notes the other night with 2 pens. Everybody in my DMs. Oh, that's a shitty pen. You got to get this pen. Shut the fuck up. Everybody has something to say about everything. And it's not, and like I told you,
you got to just start not looking, because that's how I live my life.
Here's the thing though. It's really hard to not look, because I like to answer people sometimes. Like, I don't want to ignore everybody. Like, there are very nice people too. Like, other people that listen to the show, very nice, whatever. But
I move those people in a separate section.
Yeah, it's hard to filter through. And I'm just like, it's not even the mean comments that bother me. I talked about this. Like, people tell me I'm the ugliest person to walk this planet Earth. I get DMs like that all the time. So, you're fucking gross, Ria. That doesn't bother me at all. Like, I'm like, I've accepted what I look like. It is what it is. You think I'm gross, you think I'm hot. People are nobody's gonna agree. Everyone has their own taste. Cool. The stupid shit, like the fucking pens and the nails and crab ragoons, like that shit drives me up a fucking wall. It's like, leave me alone. Like, why can't I just use this pen? Why do I have 300 messages about how I am not using the right pen?
I don't know, but boy, is that something you gotta let go.
I mean, Fran, what do you mean it's gotta? I'm letting it go right now.
No,
I'm getting my frustration out.
I know, but people
let me get the frustration out.
I know, but you know that people complain about everything. So you could post what you think is the least controversial post of all time, and someone's going to have something to say.
I know that. I am fully aware of that. I've been working here for 300 years at this point. I need to retire. But the thing is, sometimes you just have to let it out. You just have to be like, shut up. I would rather you tell me how ugly I am than tell me that I am using the wrong pen. I really would, because it's just stupid. It's like, why do you care what pen I'm using? Why do you care what pen I'm using? Seriously. And you know how I feel about my pens. So it's it's frustrating.
Yeah. And I mean, there's a reason stores and places sell a lot of different kinds of pens, because people have different tastes.
Everybody has a different preference. So
ballpoint, ink, felt tip.
You're not using a G2 pen? What the fuck is wrong?
Chicks in the office has some pens coming out.
We got pens coming out, thank God.
They'll probably be the wrong pens.
Probably. Ria, you're not using a G2 pen? Well, you should really just go fucking jump off a bridge.
Yeah.
It's just the kind of DMs I get. It's like, God, Jesus. You ever DM somebody about the pen they're using?
No, definitely not.
Find something better to do.
I don't want to play devil's advocate here, but you might be throwing fuel on the fire. Because people might be listening and be like,
no, I know, but that's so.
I know how to fuck with Ria now.
But it's so overplayed though. People always say never feed into the people commenting because they only want to comment more. I know how it goes. I know that now people are going to DM me about the pens. I'm fully aware of that. I just had to open up the fact that I really despise some of these people. And like I said, it's the little ones. Like when I said I didn't like crab ragoons, I cried. I was like, I'm going to lose my fucking mind that people are so upset. They're so upset that I don't like crab. It's crazy. And I could be more upset about other things that people say to me. I get really mean stuff said to me every day. It doesn't bother me. It really doesn't. It's the little ones. It's the meaningless ones that really just fucking get under my skin. But besides that, I'm
little
Monday,
little Monday hatred.
Yeah, a little. Just get it out. Sometimes you got to get your frustrations out. But besides that, I'm chipper as could be. I'm so happy right now. I really am. I love my life. I do. I really do. I want that on record that I really do love my life, because people are like, seems like Ria's got some pent up frustration. I'm having the time of my life. It's just
no. Like literally,
I don't
these people literally go the fuck away, leave me alone. But no. By the way, like I fucking love my life right now. Like I'm good.
I really do. People are like, she's losing it. I'm also hungover. I threw up at the bar last night.
Let's all also, we're recording earlier. Noah's got to go to a concert.
Yeah. Fuck him. I mean, it's
recording early. It's 1:15.
Yeah, but we had to wake up.
It was the
talk
text.
about it.
I texted you like 2 days ago.
It wasn't
the principle.
It wasn't the fact that we're now recording at 1:15. It was the fact that Noah texted us and said, "Can we record a little?" This is actually my favorite interaction. I'll tell the story. Noah texted us. He goes, "Can we record extra?" It wasn't even, "Can we record early on Sunday?" It was, "Can we record extra early on Sunday?"
Extra early.
And I was like, I am not even going to bother replying because I know Fran's going to reply. And she wrote back, "What's extra early?" And he goes, 11:30 a.m. And Frank goes, "Well, I got a big Saturday night. So if I wake up hungover, it's getting pushed back."
Like that really isn't even like, you would have thought if I said extra, it would have been like 8, 9 a.m. Like 11:30. That like, and I have wiggle. Like that's because I knew
11:30 on a Sunday when Fran's got a big Saturday night.
But that's because I knew that this would happen. Where like if I say 11:30, it's probably not going to be till like 2 hours after that. So it's all like mind games,
And then I texted Fran.
Also, it's not like this is not like a regular work day. It is a Sunday. It's not like we're complaining about 11:30 on a Tuesday. Like,
let's put it on record that we work every day except Saturdays.
Yeah,
we do. That's a fact. So, and Noah probably also works on Saturdays. So it's really,
I was working yesterday.
Yeah, I know you work every day. You work very hard. So it's like, it is Sunday. And I texted Fran at 3:45 last night.
I was asleep. That one flipped. Like
it backfired on me.
I was the one who was like, "Guys, I have plans Saturday night," and nothing was. But then I was asleep way earlier than Ria was.
Ria, you should have listened to my advice. What I told to Fran when she said she didn't want to like wake up early. I said just drink water before.
No, I did. I had liquid IV before I went to bed.
Good. I did. And I'm sure you feel pretty good.
I didn't wake up feeling bad, but I texted Fran at 3:45 in the morning, and I said, "Are you awake?" And because I wanted to gauge if we were going to be recording at 11:30 or later, because I was up really late and also was puking, but I felt good. When you like, there's bad puking and then there's good puking. Mine was a good puke. Like I puked outside the bar, and then
you're saying the word puke
went
too
back
many
in.
times.
And then went and got McDonald's. Like I was great.
So you're puke like at night. I only do it when I'm in the next morning. I'm a big like wake up, throw up guy.
Oh, no. Okay.
That's usually what I
gotta stop talking about puke.
All right, I'm sorry. Seriously. Anyways. Fran,
we prefaced this episode before we started recording saying, "Oh, we got topics. We don't have to do a long intro. We've been talking for way too long. Let's get into the fucking topics."
All right. Well, let me finish the story. I'm having a good time. And so, and then after I texted Fran at that hour, I said, "You can't text somebody at 3:45 and say, 'Are you awake?' Because that seems like you're in trouble." And then I never followed up, and I was like, she's probably going to think I'm in trouble. And then I realized we jumped ahead last night.
Yeah. You really texted me at 4.
We jumped ahead last night.
I thought that was happening tonight.
No, it's tonight.
It's really 12:15.
It's really, yeah.
Oh. That makes sense, I guess. Oh, so I got 1 less hour of sleep than I thought I did?
Yes, we lost an hour of sleep. That was another reason why when you said not to be like, God, in my back of my mind, I thought it daylight savings, but when you said that, I was like, it is daylight savings. So we went back an hour.
I was awfully confused. Very. You know.
Wait, no, we didn't go back an hour. We went forward an hour.
Yeah, we went forward.
Like at 2 a.m. It went to 3.
At 2 a.m. 2 a.m. it jumped to 3.
Yeah. 2 a.m. Yes, correct. Yes.
That is not a spot you want to be in when you're out. Like when you're out and you think it's 2 a.m. and then all of a sudden it's 3 a.m. You're like, what?
The other way is so much fun when you're out, when it's like 2 and then it goes to 1.
Oh, like the bar's open another hour.
Yeah.
Not the case last night. Not the case at all. But in hindsight, it's beautiful. Life's great. And cheers, everybody. Let's get into the topics.
Yeah, let's do that.
Bottoms up. So let's get into today's topics. We got, Hailey Bieber was hospitalized this past week. Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson are Instagram official. Delilah Hamlin was seen out with Jack Nicholson's son, Ray. And there are rumors that Katie and Tom from Vanderpump Rules have split up. We also have a great interview with Teddi Wright from The Bachelor. And I say great interview, even though I wasn't a part of it because I was really
haven't heard
sick.
it, haven't listened to it, just assuming
I haven't heard a thing, but I know it was great. Thank you, Fran, for doing that. And also we have a great game of trivia with superstars Lizzie and Wren, who send in trivia questions every week and is basically pen pals with Noah at this point. So yeah, it was a great game. Let's get into it, starting off with Hailey Bieber. So this was pretty scary news this past week. Hailey Bieber was hospitalized on Thursday. Apparently, she posted on her story that she was suffering from stroke-like symptoms. She was eating breakfast with Justin and she was experiencing stroke-like symptoms, ended up going to the hospital. They realized that she had a small blood clot in her brain that ended up in a small lack of oxygen, ended up passing on its own, and then she recovered within a few hours and was sent home, and she's been doing better, but pretty scary all around.
Yeah, and of course, I feel, there's always a lot of speculation. Media especially loves to blow things up too, so we don't know the reason for this. I don't really think there is any reason to speculate on the reason for this. You know what I'm saying? You read, people think that, TMZ at first said, they think it could be COVID related. Justin tested positive a few weeks ago. And, maybe Hailey did too. We didn't know. Or so it's all speculation. You can't be, we're not doctors. No, we're not doctors. Most of the internet is not doctors. So to make assumptions about this, I feel is the worst way to go about it. There was a lot of Devin posted this on the Chicks Instagram on Saturday, and just an not great comment section. Not that the comment section is ever great, but it's just what's the point? You just really can't speculate on someone else's health. It's none of our business. And Hailey shared what she shared, and that's all we have to go off of. This sounds like it was very scary. I got to imagine any stroke-like symptoms would be absolutely terrifying. I have never seen that happen in real life. I've only ever seen that happen on TV. And it always seems very, very scary. So thankfully she is okay. And that's really the only thing that we can talk about, is the fact that she said, she went to the doctor. She's home now. She's thankful to all the doctors and nurses, and that she's doing well.
Yeah, there isn't really much to say about this besides I'm glad that she's doing okay, and it's very scary. And you're right. It's weird that people are like, wow, how could that happen? It's what happened. She had a small blood clot in her brain.
Yeah.
She lost some oxygen. What else is there you need to know about that? Sometimes that just happens. Our bodies are weird. Sometimes weird things happen and you have no control of it, and it just happens out of nowhere. Could not be COVID related. Could be, who knows? It's just something that happened.
It's not our place to diagnose. We don't know. She's got, and I'm sure she has literally the best doctors money can buy.
That is not my job.
That is not my job either. That is not my job. No. And she will, take the steps to make sure that, that she's okay, and hopefully something like this doesn't happen again. And I hope everybody that was around her is okay too, because that's scary. Like from Justin's point of view, like that had to be really fucking scary too. It's scary for yourself, of course, because you're like, oh my God, what's happening to me? But for, you know, your husband to be like watching this happen that's also very, very scary. So I am glad that Justin at least was able to be with her, because, you know, he's on tour right now, and she seems to be with him a lot. So that's good. And I guess she's probably traveling a lot with him too, now that he is on tour. I would assume they just seem like the couple that be like on tour together.
Yeah, I feel like we watched her say somewhere that she was going to be going on tour with him. I feel like maybe in a documentary or something. Definitely she said it. And also she seems like a very healthy person. I feel like that's something that we've learned about her. So it's one of those things that, like, no matter how healthy you are or whatever it is, sometimes this shit just happens and it's really out of your control, and just glad she's okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson are officially Instagram official, and everyone's saying Kris Jenner has done it again. A beautiful PR navigation by Kris Jenner. Nobody's talking about Kim K's quote anymore from Variety, because everyone's talking about Kim K's Instagram pictures.
Yeah, there's a lot of great spins to this. It is just crazy. She posted these pictures, and you texted me on, it was like Friday afternoon, like right after she had posted the pictures. And you were like, you know, it's pretty wild. Kim and Pete are dating. They're really dating. I was like, yeah, they really are.
It's really crazy when you sit down and you look at the facts and you're like, Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian are dating. And then you think back to a couple months ago when Fran said there's no way they're dating and tried to make you look like a fool. And you said, no, I think they're really dating. And turns out they're dating, and it's crazy.
You guys also thought it was more of a casual hookup thing. It's
true. We don't need to point fingers.
Yes, seems to be maybe a little bit more than that now.
We don't need to point fingers.
It was Fran who was like, "This isn't real" for the longest time.
She just said that, Noah.
Welcome to the party.
Oh, sorry.
You missed the first part. Ria said it first. Okay. No,
I love you guys. I really do.
Oh man.
People are gonna be like, Ria's high. I haven't smoked weed in days. I haven't. I really haven't. This is total. I gotta stop. I'm not trying to make this about myself, but
let me talk about myself.
But let me tell you guys that it's a beautiful thing going days without smoking and feeling great.
That is great. I'm happy for you.
Because I'll bring it back to Pete and Kim. Pete's posting.
He's got a joint in his hand.
In the picture. In the hallway. Kim lets him smoke in the house.
Also, I don't know where so that coat, they must have been in a hotel or somewhere, I don't know, because the coat she's wearing is the coat that they did. It was like right before Valentine's Day when they were in New York. So I think that was like one of their New York date nights. Also very interesting. Like sometimes I just don't understand why this shit happens, or like if it's totally for the aesthetic or location purposes. I don't know. The picture she posted on Instagram obviously like had a filter edited, but she or whoever edits her pictures changed the carpet that they were laying on. Like it was like a pattern carpet. And maybe Kim just thought it was like a really ugly carpet. I don't know. But on Twitter, she posted the unedited version, I guess by accident. And you could see like the pattern on the carpet. And then on the Instagram that she posted, there was no pattern. It was like a cream color carpet. Maybe she just thought that looked better with them, but kind of a bizarre move.
It is extremely bizarre, actually.
Yeah.
That is really bizarre.
Yeah.
You know, I want people to be aware of there are more things edited on Instagram than you think. And it could be as simple as somebody changing the carpet. Like that's how good people can edit their pictures these days. So it's like if you think someone's wearing a blue shirt, they could actually be wearing a red shirt, but they changed it to blue. You really just can't believe anything you see these days.
Yeah. So it's like, can you see this? Like, you see how that's what
it kind of looks it kind of just looks like it was vacuumed.
It's not, because look down low, like look at the shape.
Oh, that part. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't tell because it's getting blurry from me showing you on my phone, but like that's a fully patterned carpet. This is like it's got shapes, it's got the whole thing. And then she posted like that to make it look like a different carpet. You're having an issue. Are you all right? You have a Charlie horse? What's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I could tell from the face you were making. I was like, I think she got a Charlie horse. I've been there. Worst feeling ever.
It's dangerous. Oh my God. My knee locked. Holy fuck.
Anyway, I'm not quite sure. You right? You good?
Yeah, let's cut that part out.
Okay.
I thought that was funny.
Okay.
Why don't we just keep it?
All right, you can keep it in. Anyways, it's very bizarre. I don't think the carpet's that ugly. I think she probably should have just kept it.
Like, I'm guessing maybe like she changed it so that it like matched her outfit. And people were like, oh, maybe she changed it because it's like a very distinguishable pattern and they could figure out like where the pictures were taken. I'm like, yeah, but the pictures are from a month ago. It's not like.
Also, who gives a fuck where the pictures were taken? We know where all their pictures are taken.
I mean, I do think she is very conscious of posting those things, like location things and stuff like that. Obviously, like after what happened to her in Paris. But I think that like it has been a month, but maybe this is like their favorite hotel or something, or they don't want people going there. I don't know. Or maybe it's as simple as this carpet matches her outfit and she didn't like the look of the first one. And these are the first pictures she's posting on her Instagram with Pete Davidson. And so she needs them to be as aesthetically pleasing as possible. And therefore she's changing the carpet. But yeah, they're really dating, huh? That's like, those are real couple photos. And then there's like that selfie. I saw a lot of funny comments of people being like, it looks like Kim's taking a selfie with a fan. And it's just Pete.
They really are dating.
Crazy.
That's all you can say about that. They're really dating.
It just gets you every time. Gets you every time. Like those two are boyfriend and girlfriend.
They are boyfriend and girlfriend.
Boyfriend and girlfriend.
Isn't that nice?
Like they're calling each other girlfriend and boyfriend. Like Pete's like, my girlfriend, Kim Kardashian. And also, side note, Kanye is back on Instagram talking about TikTok and North and posting videos and text messages again. That's all we're saying about that. We just don't have the energy anymore.
Did you see what he said about Pete texting him though?
No, we've been recording.
No, but it was in one of the earlier videos, even though he's still posting as we speak. But he just basically said Pete texted him bragging that he's in bed with his wife.
I don't know, man.
I don't believe that. Also,
I don't believe that either.
Kanye said
there's like 14.
He said he also said he's over it and he's moved on, and he was the one who filed the papers for divorce.
And he also said he's getting advice from people, and the best advice he got was from Tory Lanez. So take that as you will. Tory Lanez shot Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah. I mean, he's texting Kim. He just posted this one. He said he's texting Kim, when I say bring my kids somewhere, I'm not going through this no more. Why the fuck is it up to you where my kids are if we so-called have joint custody? Like, Kanye, why would you post a text message of you like basically threatening your ex-wife? And that's just not joint custody. Like, you have to have set schedules. Like, he does not understand. And it's just, I literally cannot talk about this anymore. It is too much.
I have a Kanye shirt that I don't even know where it came from, to be honest. And it's not like a specific Kanye shirt. It's like there's like a few people on it. And I was gonna wear it out last night. It's like a big t-shirt. And I put it on and I was like, no. I was like, I can't wear this. I can't have people thinking like, because I love Kanye's music. This is what bothers me is I love Kanye's music. And I think a lot of the things that he did to be where he's at musically in his music career, art career, whatever, is very impressive. All that. I've talked about that documentary.
Yeah.
But I was like, I can't be wearing this out right now. Like, I just can't be like people like if people come out to be like, oh, you're Team Kanye. It's like, I don't want to be associated with that. I really don't.
No, because at this point, it's like there is some. I understand like the TikTok, like
yeah, not wanting your 8-year-old on TikTok. I understand.
But like it's just such a pride.
I don't even think we should be on TikTok.
It just turns into like a different thing. Like it starts with that. It starts with him talking about that, and then it spirals into like all these other different things. And it's like, if that's really where you have your problem, you got to stop posting about it on social media and just deal with that privately. Like if it's really that big of a deal, because posting it on social media is just not gonna help at all.
Nope.
Okay, this is also all happening as we're recording. So we're talking about the Kanye subreddit. We're continuing the conversation because we've just seen Dave Cyrus, who is one of Pete Davidson's best friends, post on his Instagram screenshots of Pete's texts with Kanye. Dave made the caption a message from Pete. So I'm guessing Pete sent these to Dave and said, post them because Pete's not on Instagram. I don't know. Maybe something's broke in Pete and he's like, I'm not dealing with this shit anymore. But let's read them. So Pete texts Kanye. He says, yo, it's Ski. Can you please take a second and calm down? It's 8 a.m. and it don't got to be like this. Kim is literally the best mother I've ever met. What she does for those kids is amazing. And you are so fucking lucky that she's your kid's mom. I've decided I'm not going to let you treat us this way anymore. I'm done being quiet. Grow the fuck up. Kanye said, oh, using profanity. Where are you right now? And he wrote, in bed with your wife, sent a selfie. And then Kanye said, happy to see you're out of the hospital and rehab. He said, same here. It's wonders what those places do when you go get help. You should try it. I'm in LA for the day if you want to stop being a little internet bitch boy and talk. You don't scare me, bro. Your actions are so pussy and embarrassing. It's so sad to watch you ruin your legacy on the daily. Kanye said, you're more than welcome to come to Sunday service. And he said, why don't we meet after Sunday service in Saints game? I'll be at the BHH and Beverly Hills Hotel, and we can have food and talk it out in my room, privately, one-on-one, man-to-man. What you are doing to your family is dangerous and going to scar them for life. Please handle these matters privately, bro. I beg you. And Kanye wrote, you want to see me? Come to Sunday service. He said, this isn't public, dude. I'm not here for pictures and press, which is obviously all you care about. My offer stands. I wish you'd man up for once in your life. Let me help you, man. I struggle with mental stuff too. It's not an easy journey. You don't have to feel this way anymore. There's no shame in having a little help. You'll be so happy and at peace. You have no idea how nice I've been to you despite your actions towards me. I've stopped SNL from talking about you or making fun of you, which they've wanted to do for months. I've stopped stand-up comedians from doing bits about you because I don't want the father of my girls' kids to look bad out there. I have your back, even though you treat me like shit, because I want everything to be smooth. But if you continue to press me like you have for the past 6 months, I'm going to stop being nice. Whoa.
I am truly.
Whoa.
I am so baffled by what is happening right now. We are going to witness a murder. Somebody is going to die. Somebody's going to die in this battle. I mean, you cannot, and listen, Kanye is out of control. Kanye is out of control. You cannot send a picture and say in bed with your wife. You can't. You can. You absolutely can. I'm happy he did that. But also,
you know what? I don't blame Pete because Kanye's been pushing his buttons.
No. Of course, at some point you're going to snap and be like, I'm in bed with your fucking wife. But oh my God
is right. Although I will say, saying like texting saying this isn't public, dude. I'm not here for like pictures and press. I get that when it comes to like meeting in person and Kanye probably having like paparazzi there or whatever for if you were to go to Sunday service. But then like posting the texts, it's public. It's public. But
I think
now it's very public.
He did that while Kanye was like posting.
Yeah, I'm guessing Pete just felt like he had no choice at this point. No, because I think what happened clearly, I think these texts are from today because Kanye's on Instagram saying, I moved Sunday service to 10 a.m. so that my kids could come because Saint has a soccer game at 12:30. He said that. So I'm guessing like, and now when Pete said, why don't we meet after Sunday service and Saint's game? So like, it's like, okay, those two things are happening today. So maybe this is all happening in real time. And he posted this because Kanye then I feel like Kanye started to post his text with Kim, like his text he's sending Kim, like right after, like that post went up an hour ago. And then the one of Pete's text, and then 34 minutes ago is Kanye texting Kim. So, and then like the videos of him talking into Instagram, those were 3 hours ago. So those all happened first. And then maybe Pete was like, fuck it, we're posting the texts. What
is happening?
Also, what a responsibility to give to his pal Dave, huh? He's like, so that Pete doesn't like, Pete's like, I can't deal with the comments or looking at anything. You post the screenshots and you can deal with it.
What is happening? Seriously, what is happening?
I don't know.
All I could say right now is I'm so
holy shit. Are you like a little bit turned on by Pete Davidson right now? Is that what you were going to say?
I knew you were going to ask that, and I want to say no. I'm actually not. And I would say I am. I'm not. I'm not. I'm more afraid for him than anything else.
Yeah.
Although I do think I don't think Kanye's ever going to do anything to him because Kanye's looking soft in these texts. Like he was talking a big game on Instagram, and then these texts, he's like, come to Sunday service, like pretty weak. He just texted you and said he was in bed with your fucking wife. Like, and yes, Pete was pushed to that point. This is the most I've been into it. Like, yeah, we've been into it this whole time with what Kanye is posting, but like Pete sent Kanye a picture and said, I'm in bed with your wife. Like that's bad. Like that's really bad. And once again, I'm not blaming Pete, but I'm just saying bad. Like that could cause someone to lose their fucking mind. Like not even like if Pete like was just like, whatever, like here's what's going on. Like you, all the other texts, I think Pete was very right in all the other texts being like, yeah, I'm still looking out for you, even you're treating me like this, and I'm gonna stop being nice at one point.
He's like, if you're gonna keep coming at me, like eventually I'm gonna have to do something.
I think all those texts make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, the selfie
in bed with your wife
was a little bit of a low blow.
That has to be like, because if it's all like timed out.
Kanye's done nothing but go low for months.
No, I know, but it's like I fucked your bitch. Like that's
I know.
Like, no matter what, that was Kanye's wife, the mother of his kids, and be like, and I'm in bed with your wife.
Kanye's also trying to like. I feel like the happy to see her out of the hospital and rehab is also like such a like.
Yeah, that's a dickhead move.
It's weird. It's like Kanye making fun of Pete's mental health issues too. Like they're clashing on that. Like they're both making fun of each other. Or like, oh man, what a scene! What a fucking scene!
It's not even like talking about Kanye being a dick is like is like saying the sky is blue at this point. Like everything he does lately is he's being a dick about it. Him writing, oh, you using profanity?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Kanye said he wasn't cursing anymore. So Pete drops an F-bomb and we're in trouble.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Kanye's talking about Pete's. That makes a lot more sense. He did mention Pete's text in one of his videos. So I guess those are them.
This is nuts.
All right.
This
is
nutty.
Wild.
This is nutty. I'm
This is
locked
an
in now.
ongoing
I
issue.
said I was over it.
I know. Well, when Pete decided to actually throw his hat in the ring, very different scene. I would also just like to close and add that, Kanye is in videos saying that now this is going too far. Kanye, you made 2 music videos where you brutally murdered Pete Davidson. Multiple times, multiple music videos. Now this is going too far.
You know what? Now that you bring that up, it makes sense why he said, I'm in bed with your wife.
Yep.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It really does.
He made 2, not just 1, 2 music videos.
You're right. You know what? Kanye, he is in bed fucking your wife.
Yeah, correct. If you are looking for a new affordable wireless plan, look no further than Mint Mobile. For people looking for extra savings this year, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. By going online only and eliminating the traditional cost of retail, Mint Mobile passes significant savings on to you. All plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone number along with all your existing contacts. With Mint Mobile, you can choose the amount of monthly data that's right for you and stop paying for data that you never use. So, to get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/chicks. That's mintmobile.com/chicks. Cut your wireless bill to just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/chicks. Photos came out on Friday of Delilah Hamlin out on what looks like a date with Nicholson. And we find this very interesting because these are 2 people that maybe not everyone pays a lot of attention to, but we pay a lot of attention to. Nicholson being one of them. I just am very intrigued by that man and everything that he does. After we watch
because
Panic.
we watch Panic and we love Panic, and you guys should watch it.
And so now it's like, who's he dating? I saw him. I was watching a Lakers game the other night, and he was sitting in his dad's seat, and I was just like, wow, there he is in his dad's seat, courtside with his friends. He doesn't really have a big social media presence, and we don't see a lot of him on there. So it was interesting to see him on a date. And it's also interesting because I know Delilah's been through a lot recently. She's been very open on Instagram. She had an accidental overdose with pills that, she was prescribed pills. And I think she did kind of took the wrong mix of things. And she's been dealing with health issues, and she and Y'all Booker from Love Island broke up. And then this article comes out. It's they look so happy, and they're on this date, and they're smiling, and the pictures of them in the car. So it's happened, I guess not necessarily that quickly, but enough where I was like, oh, this is a very interesting pairing.
Yeah, I like this pairing. I have nothing against either of them.
No.
And it's one of those things where it's like, I don't have much to say about it. Besides, I think it's cool.
Ooh.
Right. I'm intrigued.
You know what I do think is interesting about this, and if this did happen, this is just my own thought. And if it did happen, she learned from the best. Her mom is Lisa Rinna. When it comes to making sure you're seen out and about. I can't imagine, because we really don't see a lot of Ray Nicholson, that Delilah or someone on her side of this had paparazzi come to wherever they were, called or whatever, because I just don't think Delilah is not a massive celebrity. Ray is not a massive celebrity. And it's like, oh, there's all these headlines of them on a date together. It's like, well, I really don't feel like they would have been caught on this date unless somebody specifically called the paparazzi to take these photos. And that would just kind of be my guess here.
So I agree. And that made me nervous for how Ray Nicholson would feel.
Yeah.
For how he would feel about that. But he was smiling chipper as can be in these pictures. So I think he was okay with it.
Exactly. And it could have been something that he was in on or knew it was happening and agreed to or whatever. I don't know this. I don't know the deal. But I just feel like, yes, of course, in LA, there are places that paparazzi are always at. Like if you're going to go out to dinner at Craig's, like probably someone's going to be there. But it did seem like reading the article, I don't know if it was at that much of a hot spot. It was like, oh, they were in a restaurant in Santa Monica. You're probably calling somebody to the restaurant in Santa Monica if it's two of you. And yeah, I know, like, we always see videos and paparazzi of there's people taking videos of the TikTokers and all those things. Like they're all calling these people too. Like it's
every celebrity does it. Celebrities get their start with paparazzi by calling them first. Then the paparazzi and people start to care about them. Then they come naturally. But at first, you got to call them yourself, or else no one's going to know where you are. How would they know where they are? There are places where paparazzi do just hang out, like Nobu and all those hot spots and whatever. They do just hang out there because they know that celebrities will be going there. But besides that, paparazzi don't just know where celebrities are. They don't have a tracker on them. Their publicists call. They want people to know because that's how people talk about them. Kim Kardashian talked about it herself from when the beginning. It was on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. She was like, yeah, I called paparazzi on myself because that's how you get your name out there. She learned that from Paris Hilton.
Yep, exactly. So that's just, I was like, oh, that seems to be what happened here. But very interesting pairing. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. There's some rumors going around, mostly on, there's some outlets reporting it, but I've seen a lot of it on like the Bravo fan Instagram accounts and things like that, that maybe Katie and Tom are having a little rough patch right now. Maybe they've broken up. She has been seen a couple times now out without her ring on, which of course always fuels speculation. And for me, sometimes, yes, I understand that. Like, oh, she's not wearing the ring. Sometimes, like, maybe you're not feeling comfortable wearing the ring. Maybe you're going out, you don't want to lose it. I guess that's kind of, if you've been married and you wear it normally all the time, then all of a sudden you take it off. Yes, maybe that is a sign. But there's a lot of people thinking something happened. There's a lot of fan Instagrams speculating. One account did say that they think that there is something going on. This is an account that like they post a ton of shit, and a lot of times it's not. There's no validity to it. The Blocked by Jack's Instagram account, and somebody had wrote to them saying like, had a friend that hung out with James in Vegas. He told the friend that Katie and Tom aren't together anymore. And also James was, quote, the opposite of sober. So this is like very Dumas-esque, where it's like, this could be totally made up. It could not be it. So you kind of just have to make an educated guess that most of the time, some of these submissions don't really have any truth to them. But when there's smoke, there's fire sometimes. And I feel like maybe I could see it.
I always thought that these two shouldn't be together.
Yeah, you did.
If you've watched Vanderpump Rules,
you have,
and you've seen the way that these two interact, specifically things that Tom has said to Katie, I would not be surprised, not even a single percentage, that they are not together. I don't believe. Who am I to say who should and shouldn't be together? But from watching the show,
yeah,
I think that these two have stayed together because of the show and being comfortable, and this is their life. And at some point, you need to call it off because these two were not good for each other. And maybe they're still together and maybe they'll work it out or whatever. But at one point, do you keep fighting when you don't have to anymore, right? Like you don't have to be with somebody. If it's really not working out, you really don't have to be with them.
Yeah.
I think that's where people get confused sometimes, where they're like, we gotta work it out. And if you really do love each other, of course, people go to couples therapy, that's great. But if that's not working, you don't have to be with somebody. And that's how I felt about watching Katie and Tom Vanderpump Rules. It's like, you guys don't have to be together. You don't.
Yeah.
So like I wouldn't be the slightest bit surprised by this at all.
I know. And I always felt like they had a good private relationship. It felt like when they were not on TV, things probably went well for them. And on TV, like the drama always gets played up. And yet there's also a lot of people that are like, ooh, the rumors of them separating, like maybe this is all strategically placed because Vanderpump is not quite what it used to be. And maybe you stir the pot a little, get some rumors going, get people more interested in the show again, or like what's going on with their relationship. And there's always a little, some truth to that too. But from what I watched last season, and I did watch all of last season of Vanderpump, the way they have been together for a very long time. So obviously they know how to make it work and they want to make it work. But the times when Tom, and this probably also gets played up for the show because there wasn't really a lot of drama this past season. It was pre the Lala and Randall stuff, and like James and Raquel had gotten engaged, and then they were broken up at the reunion. But so much of the friggin' drama was around Katie, Tom, and Tom, and it felt really manufactured. It felt like, oh, once again, Katie and Sandoval are fighting because they Tom Schwartz won't stand up for Katie, and Katie's getting too involved in the business. It felt like it was going on for so long. They kept talking about it. But there are times when it's like, if I was Katie and Sandoval is yelling in my face and like telling me that I can't be involved in saying these nasty things to me, and my husband's just fucking sitting with his thumb up his ass next to me, I would not be happy. And of course, I think, Schwartz is a non-confrontational guy. He doesn't like the drama. He doesn't like the confrontation. But sometimes you gotta stick up for your wife. And maybe all those things have caught up to them.
Yeah, I think that a lot of things probably caught up to them. I also think being on a show for this long and your relationship being so public and being recorded all the time is probably not great. Like, I don't think that relationships being recorded on camera is ever really a great thing. Like as time goes on, we love to watch it. It's not good. It's not good for a relationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
But do we love to watch it? Yeah. So.
No, I know. Definitely. So I guess we'll see what happens, because this is also totally speculation and total rumors. There's really neither of them have spoken on this. No one's really spoken on it besides some fan instas and fans also noticing she's not wearing her ring. Purely gossip, and don't we all love to gossip? So maybe they'll address it, maybe they won't.
You know what I hate?
What?
When people say they don't like to gossip.
Oh,
liar.
Yeah, and also even the people who say that, I understand.
The people who say that are lying.
Exactly, because there are moments when you may not like it, but you cannot say there has never been a time that something's gone down that you weren't like, ooh, I gotta talk to somebody about this.
Everyone loves a piece of juicy information.
Yeah.
You get a piece of juicy information and you're like, oh, right? Like, it's like, and you have the people you tell, right? Because obviously you don't tell everyone. But like for me, when I get a piece of juicy information, who do I run to? Fran.
Yeah.
The first person. I'm like, I got to tell you something. Yeah. And it's like, everyone has that. It's like when you say that I don't like to gossip. You're a liar. You're a liar.
Totally.
So-
Totally. Agreed.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another game of Beat Ria and Fran. This is game 32, and we are joined by the lovely Lizzie and Wren, who have put in their hard work and dedication into Beat Ria and Fran. They've sent numerous of questions to Noah. They also send their life updates to Noah, and they came prepared in cowboy hats. They're from Texas, and they are ready to go. So, Welcome to the show, ladies.
Noah finally caved.
I always come through. It might take longer than people want, but if I make a promise, keep that promise.
Sure. Okay, let's.
Just silence after that.
It's just like, now Ria nodded her head.
I was gonna say that's big, Noah.
Yeah, Ria nodded.
Noah, I feel sad. I can't see your face.
Now you know how the contestants feel. They can't see me.
It feels weird
on the other side.
Yeah, you should have sat in my chair.
You wouldn't have been able to control anything.
Fran would be looking at my sheet.
Yeah, that's true. I could be too close.
Big cheater. Yeah.
Okay, big cheater. Let's go through the rules. 15 questions. Whoever has the most points at the end is the winner. If you get the question wrong, the other team can steal. And whoever goes first, we will determine that by a movie. Rotten Tomatoes score. We'll take a guess. Whoever's closest will get to go first. So Lizzie, Wren, you guys, one of you guys can have your guess. Then Ria will guess back to you, back to me. And whoever's closest will get to go first. We do have some overtime questions if it does come to that. But Noah, what is today's movie?
Shout out Sydney from Minneapolis for this suggestion. Spy Kids.
Spy Kids 1.
Spy Kids 1. The first.
The original Spy Kids.
The original Spy Kids.
Okay. I'll say 68.
I'm gonna go 82.
Shit, I'm just going high.
Okay. Yeah. Should I go in like
40s, 50s?
49?
What did you say, Ria? 82?
Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna go really low, and then I was like, it's Spy Kids.
Well, if it's high, I feel like she's. Lizzie said, what'd she say? 49?
They went 49 and 60 something. So
all right, I'm gonna go.
Maybe.
I'm gonna go 48.
Ria's the closest. 93.
93.
Let's go! I had faith in Spy Kids.
Yeah,
I thought I went over 68.
Wow. I know. I was like,
No.
Ria's is high enough where if it's higher than 80, like she's got it. So I thought I would just strategic. Wow, 93.
93. I mean, it's a
Wow,
great movie.
Spy Kids, great movie.
It is a great movie.
Shout out.
Great franchise.
Daryl,
Yeah.
friend of the program.
Yes.
All right,
Very
question number
exciting.
1 then to Ria and Fran. Shout out Tori and Maddie from Grand Rapids, Michigan. What is the name of Taylor Swift's rap song with T-Pain that was performed at the CMT Awards?
I have no idea.
Wait.
T-Swizzle? Was that Taylor Swift and T-Pain?
Yeah, remember they did that whole rap together?
I don't remember this at all. Like, not
You
even
don't
a little
remember
bit.
the rap they
Nope.
did? Fuck.
Nope.
I remember it, but I don't remember the name.
I don't remember it at all. What year was this?
5 seconds.
I don't know it, but I wish I did.
No,
because I remember.
I don't know.
I remember the rap.
All right, Lizzie and Wren.
No,
It's something with Love Story, right?
I think.
Like it's like a play on Love Story.
Oh, I don't know its title.
I don't know the
I can
title of
recall it.
I remember watching it.
Yeah. They say T-Swizzle in it.
Yeah.
That was like the iconic. I don't know.
10 seconds.
You want to take a guess?
It's a play on Love Story. I don't know. I don't know.
5 seconds.
I don't know.
Hate novel. I have no idea.
All right, the correct answer is Thug Story.
You know
Yeah.
what?
Mm.
I thought that,
But you didn't want to say it.
And then I
just in
thought
case.
that would just like I didn't want to just throw that out there.
Yeah. No, I get
But
that.
when they said
Fair
it's-
enough.
If
when
you
they
said Thug
said-
Story and it
and then
wasn't
it was
Thug
wrong-
Story, that'd be not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When they said I think it's a play on a love story, I was like, oh shit, I think it's Thug Story. And then
But then it sounded like you'd be calling T-Pain a thug.
correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well.
Yep.
Better safe than sorry on that one, I say.
Yeah. Okay.
True.
Question number 2, still 0-0. This is to Lizzie and Wren. Shout out Lexi from Toronto. What is Paris Hilton's famous Walmart quote from A Simple Life?
I don't know Paris Hilton.
I don't either. That's a weak point.
Yeah.
Walmart. I'm out on that.
Walmart.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nothing.
Nothing.
All right, to Ria and Fran.
The way you say it, Noah.
What? No, I'm confirming. We can switch over.
I also have nothing.
Damn, this is gonna be a low-scoring game. I feel it.
Walmart. No,
Nothing.
nothing.
All right. Well,
Nothing across the board here.
the answer is, what is Walmart? Do they like sell wall stuff?
Oh yeah. Yep. I mean, I recognize it, but
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. I mean,
sorry, Paris.
also this
Makes me
is,
feel better that y'all didn't know either.
Oh yeah, sorry, Paris. That was a.
this is another game, by the way, with like not a lot of multiple choice. Just
Damn,
heads
Indiana
up.
just beat Michigan. Okay.
Get your head in the game, Fran.
I know. I'm sorry. There's all these basketball games going on. I'm just looking at the score. Okay. Go.
Okay, question number 3 to Ria and Fran, still 0-0. Shout out Kaylee from Pittsburgh. What is the end scene song in Shrek 2?
I have no idea.
I only know the end of the first track.
I know. I don't think I've watched Shrek 2 in 15 years.
Why Shrek 2 and not the first Shrek?
Shrek. All I know about Shrek 2 is it was just put on Netflix, and I've been seeing it on my homepage a lot because it was just.
What a
Five
random!
seconds.
What a random question.
But
Shrek
Shrek
2.
would not be random? All right, time is up.
Not
to
no.
Lizzie and Wren.
Nope. Nothing.
No, Shrek would be less random than Shrek 2.
Even Livia Loca.
By
Correct. All right, 1-0.
What?
Lizzie and Wren. What? Wait.
We vibe to that song
you're
pretty well.
telling me-
Why?
You're telling me
Why
right
is
now that
that
you like don't
notable?
remember that song in that movie?
Oh my
I
God.
don't remember ever watching Shrek 2.
Live in La Vida Loca. I feel like I think of that when I think of Shrek.
Oh no, I just think of Good Times.
Accidentally in Love. So many
That
great
makes me think of
Yeah,
Shrek.
yeah. Accidentally in Love. Hallelujah. But yeah. Great soundtrack. But all right, 1-0 Lizzie and Wren. And this is question number 4 to Lizzie and Wren. Shout out Alexis from Indianapolis. In Jersey Shore season 4, what are the names of Polly and Vinny's Guido alter egos?
We don't want Jersey Shore.
Yeah. That's a bummer.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no guesses here.
Yeah.
Okay, to Ria and Fran.
It's Louie and
This is all you, Rhea.
hold on. Louie. Hold on.
Seconds.
I
5 seconds.
have no idea.
I only know Louie. I don't know the other one.
All right, time's up. The correct answer is Louie and Joey D.
And I would have
Nothing.
never got that.
No.
All right.
Rats.
Still 1-0. Lizzie and Wren. Question number 5. Shout out Jules from Portland, Maine. This is to Ria and Fran. In what order does John B. introduce the Pogues in the first episode of season 1 of Outer Banks?
Rudy.
Character names, please.
Oh, sorry. JJ. Key. JJ, Key.
Pope and then John B. What do you think, Fran?
And I'm John B. Yeah, that guess is as good.
All
as...
right, I'm gonna go JJ, Key, Pope, John B.
Correct.
Nice.
Correct.
Nice.
Wow, I feel relieved about that one.
All right, tied up at 1. Question number 6 now to Lizzie and Wren. Shout out Shiloh from Maui, Hawaii.
Ooh,
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, aloha.
All right, and this is to Lizzie and Wren. Name these actors from oldest to youngest. Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Mark Wahlberg, Tom Cruise.
Okay, so I don't know. I don't have any gauge on Tom Cruise.
He's old.
But I feel like Mark Wahlberg is older than Leonardo DiCaprio. And Brad Pitt is for sure in his 50s.
So I would say, how old is Mark Wahlberg?
I don't know. I just feel like he's old.
I
5
feel like
seconds.
Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt.
I would do Brad Pitt first.
Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, Mark Wahlberg, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Incorrect.
Did you hear that? Brad
Yeah,
Pitt.
incorrect.
Okay.
Wait, they
I
said
think they said Brad Pitt's the
Brad
oldest.
Pitt.
I think it's Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
I
I feel like it might be Tom
think
Cruise.
it's Cruise, Mark Wahlberg, Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio, or Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, Mark Wahlberg, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Tom Cruise.
Tom
I
Cruise.
know, yeah,
Brad
I'm with you
Pitt.
on that. I would go Tom Cruise, Wahlberg, Pitt, DiCaprio.
You think Mark Wahlberg's older than Brad Pitt?
Time.
Maybe.
Final answer.
Do you want to change it? Final answer. We'll change it.
No, just go with yours.
I don't know. I think they could be flipped. All right, so we're going Cruise, Wahlberg, Pitt, DiCaprio.
Incorrect.
Is it flipped?
It's Cruise, Pitt, Wahlberg,
Yep.
Leo. You know how much older Pitt is than Wahlberg?
Okay.
8 years older than Wahlberg.
Brad Pitt is 8 years older.
Brad Pitt's 58. Mark Wahlberg's 50.
Ria, I told you to change it.
I know, but in case, and this is fucked up of me, but in case I was wrong, like I wanted
It to be my
if
fault?
you were wrong, yeah.
Well, if you felt passionate about, you should
I
have
know.
just changed it.
I should have just went with my gut. I'm sorry.
All right. Still tied at 1. This is question number 7. Shout out Kaylee
Pitt
from...
is 8 years older than Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, because think about how much older Brad Pitt looks than Mark Wahlberg at this point in time.
Yeah, I guess I just.
I mean,
yeah,
Pitt
I guess
also
that's
looks
true.
young for
Yeah.
58.
He's 58? Fuck.
Cruz is 59, if you're wondering.
Yeah.
Leo 47.
Yeah, I knew Leo was still in his 40s. Okay.
Okay. So,
Getting wrecked.
I mean, you guys are tied.
No, I know, but when we don't get any questions right.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 7, and this is to Ray and Fran.
Getting crushed by the board. Yep.
Shout out Kaylee from Ontario. What was the name of the coffee shop Lizzie and her friends hung out at in Lizzie McGuire?
That's too far back for me to remember.
I can see it. I can picture it. I have no idea what it's called.
I actually can't even picture it.
Ten seconds.
The bean. The coffee bean. I have no idea. That's
Nothing.
nothing.
Well, that's incorrect.
Yes.
All right, so Lizzie and Ren.
Do you have any clue?
No.
I feel like, I don't know, like, The Brew is like a classic TV show coffee name or whatever.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's not that basic. Noah scoffed at the bean.
It's just because I said it.
I didn't scoff.
They heard the scoff.
I don't think I scoffed.
That's an unbiased party that just said they heard the scoff.
Yeah, I thought you guys were Team Noah, but okay. All right, 5 seconds.
You're not choosing sides. The brew?
The Brew's
The Brew.
Also incorrect. Actually, Fran wasn't that far off. It's the digital bean. So.
You know what? I did kind of think a bean was in the name. I was never going to come up with digital bean, though, that's for sure.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Okay. Another one.
Still tied at 1.
Let's get these vibes high.
Tough board. No, the questions are hard today.
Beaten down over here.
There's just some hard questions.
Yeah, these are hard questions. Question number 8. Shout out Jess from Boston. And this is to Lizzie and Wren. What season of American Idol did Carrie Underwood win?
Was it 3? We both said 3. 3.
Incorrect.
Oh, what?
Bummer.
Why did I think it was 3? So, if
I want to say
Kelly
6.
Clarkson's 1, Clay Aiken, that was 2, no? 3?
10 seconds.
I don't think it's that far. 4, maybe?
3, 2.
4, season 4.
Correct.
Nice.
All right. 2-1 now. Ria and Fran. Question number 9 to Ria and Fran. Shout out Sierra from Pennsylvania. Michelle. Is it Michelle from Gilmore Girls? I never watched Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
Okay. Michelle from Gilmore. What?
Ria's
Hate Gilmore Girls questions. I've never seen it.
Michelle from Gilmore Girls is obsessed with which famous singer? A. Stevie Nicks. B. Whitney Houston. C. Celine Dion. D. Cher.
Celine Dion. Final answer.
Correct. All right.
Nice.
That's the one multiple choice question for today.
If you had asked that without a multiple choice, I would have known it.
Okay.
Yeah. Just want to say that.
Okay. Question number 10.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, thanks.
To Lizzie and Wren. I'm gonna play a clip and you tell me what movie it's from.
We haven't done anything. We haven't broken any rules.
Okay. We've broken a lot of rules. 1, we have fake IDs.
Fake college IDs so we can get into their 24-hour library.
Name one person whose life was so much better because they broke a couple of rules.
Picasso.
He broke art rules. Name a person who broke a real rule.
Rosa Parks.
Name another
Susan B. Anthony.
God damn it.
What you got? I got nothing.
I don't either. I couldn't even
bummer.
identify voices.
Yeah, I'm stumped.
What's high schoolish?
10 seconds.
Oh, is it Sleepover?
Final answer.
That's our final answer.
Incorrect. I don't even know what that is.
I kid you not, I also sort of thought of Sleepover.
What
Sleepover's a great
Is
movie.
it-
You would never
Is
know.
it
Is it Booksmart?
Is it Booksmart? I was gonna say Booksmart,
I kind of think
but that
was the only thing that popped in my mind.
Me too. If we're
Okay,
both thinking
if we
Booksmart, I
both
think
thought
we should say it.
Booksmart, we were
I
gonna
was
go.
gonna say Booksmart.
Okay, we're gonna go Booksmart. Final answer.
Correct.
Yeah, Ria.
Yes! Wow.
Ria, the way that you said it, you were like, is it book smart?
Booksmart.
Well, because I was so thrown off that
I couldn't tell the voices. I know I couldn't tell the voices.
It sounded like Beanie.
It did sound like Beanie, and then when they said the IDs again to the college library, I was like, I think this is Booksmart.
Yeah.
All right, Ria might get another question here.
Ooh.
I hate that. I hate that.
I hate when he tees it up. All
right, well,
oh, this is gonna be an easy one. Oh,
Didn't
is
say-
it?
Question number 11. It's 4-1 Ria and Fran now. Shout out Shay from Delco. Season 4, episode 1 of Entourage takes place on the set of the movie Medellin. Who plays the actress that director Billy Walsh accuses Vinny Chase of sleeping with?
Sofia Vergara, right?
I trust you.
I'm gonna go Sofia Vergara.
Correct.
Let's go. the hesitation there.
Love it. Ria, you have been living up to the Entourage questions.
And I was honestly watching Entourage like really late last night, like 4 a.m, and I was like, how can we get some Entourage questions tomorrow?
Just being like ingrained in your brain.
Yeah.
All right.
Watching it in your sleep.
Yeah.
5-1. Lizzie and Wren have to get all the questions left to tie it up. Question number 12 from Savannah from Huntsville, Alabama. And this is to Lizzie and Wren. What color shirt, pants, and shoes does the animated Lizzie wear in every episode of Lizzie McGuire?
Her shirt is pink. It's blue jeans.
Her shoes are white, I think, or black. What were you gonna say?
Yellow.
Yellow? Oh, yeah. You're right.
Okay.
Shirt pink, pants blue, shoes yellow.
Incorrect.
That sucks.
Shirt, pants.
Why so many Lizzie McGuire questions?
I'm at 2.
I actually don't know this. Yeah, purple shirt? Yellow shirt?
No,
Red shirt?
I think the shirt is pink.
So maybe
10
it's
seconds.
pink shirt, blue
I think
pants,
the shoes are
white shoes.
I think it's white shoes.
Okay, so go pink shirt, blue pants, white shoes.
Incorrect. It's orange shoes.
Orange.
Yeah.
We were close. White, yellow,
All are orange though.
orange shoes, but pink and blue.
Pink and blue.
Yeah,
Yellow.
Interesting choice, Lizzie.
orange shoes.
I feel like those go together. Pink
we
and
don't,
orange.
we don't need to debate that right now. Let's.
All right. Question number 13. It's still 5-1. Ria and Fran. Shout out Claire from Raleigh, North Carolina. In 21 Jump Street, what is the drug they are sent to investigate, and what does it stand for?
Is it Wi-Fi, or is that the second movie?
I can't remember if that's the first one or the second one.
I feel like that's the second one.
10 seconds.
Either way, I don't even know what it stands for, so
5 seconds.
I can't remember either.
I don't know.
All right, to Lizzie and Ren.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi is the second one.
Yeah.
So the first one, it was like, oh my god. It's, I feel like it starts with a J.
J.
Not like
10 seconds.
like
J.
jingle.
Oh yeah, that rings a bell.
Okay,
I don't.
but that doesn't stand for
3
Yeah.
seconds.
Hmm.
All right, time is
Okay.
up.
Yeah, wait, jingle jangle. I don't know.
Incorrect.
Actually, very funny. Jingle Jangle is what the drug is in Riverdale. That's probably why you thought of that.
yeah.
All right, well, the correct answer is HFS, and it stands for holy fucking shit.
Oh, shit.
And yeah,
I would have never.
I don't
gotten
think
that.
I would have remembered that.
Wi-Fi was the second one because
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
person sent both as questions, and that one stands for
Work
Work
hard,
hard.
yes. Play hard, yes.
yeah. Okay, still 5-1. We got 2 questions left. Shout out Rachel from New York for this one, and this is to Lizzie and Ren. What common household item does someone sing about on Sweet Life of Zach and Cody in the High School Musical episode?
Loss.
Yeah, awesome.
Correct. All right.
I don't think I knew that.
You would definitely, because I played the clip last night and I was like, oh, I remember this episode.
No,
Like
I
the
remember.
song.
I
Oh, you don't
remember
think
the
you would've
song.
gotten
Like
it,
I don't
yeah.
think I would have remembered just out of the blue.
All right. Final question to Ria and Fran. Shout out Tori and Maddie again from Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Nice.
First and last question. What are Dua Lipa's 3 rules in the song New Rules?
1, pick up the phone. You don't pick up the phone. You're drunk and alone. 2,
Don't be afraid.
3,
No, 3's don't be afraid.
don't be afraid. Wake up in the morning. I'm never gonna remember.
Hold on.
10 seconds.
Don't be drunk alone.
3.
1. Don't be drunk alone.
Time is up.
I can't remember 2. 3. Don't be.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's.
To Lizzie and Ren.
Yeah. So 1, don't pick up the
Don't
phone.
pick up the phone.
Don't let them in.
3,
Don't be
a
afraid.
sprint. Oh. Don't let anyone else know.
Be his friend. Yeah.
You'll know you'll only wake up in bed in the morning. Yeah.
Correct. Yep. Don't
Wow,
pick up the phone. Don't let him
pick
in.
up the
Don't be his
phone,
friend.
Don't let him. Yeah. No.
Classic mix-up of words. Don't be afraid and don't be his friend.
Damn. If you guys had some more questions, you might have been able
Let
to
me
tie
tell you
it up.
something. I am a classic singer of the wrong lyrics. Always. Like, I am constantly saying the wrong words. Like, why did I think that was "Don't be drunk alone"? That's not the words. Don't be drunk alone.
No. She does say that at some point, like 2, 1. Don't pick up the phone. Dun, 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 dun. He's
when you're drunk and alone. Yeah, I'm just like throwing words together. Like.
Yeah, no. She definitely says that, Fran. Okay. I'll back you up.
Okay. Because it's sometimes when I hear these questions, I'm like, holy shit, I really sing this song the wrong way every time.
All right. Well, final score 5-3. Ria
close.
and Fran. They did get close at the end.
Yeah,
it's a good one. The questions got better towards the end. They were a little harder at the beginning.
Yeah, they're hard.
The vibes got higher.
But I mean, 5-3, that's still a lot of questions answered.
Yeah, 8 points total. That's good.
Well, another W.
Another W. Ria did. It's a pound for the
Good
camera.
job, Fran.
Good job, Ria.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
for
you guys
playing.
so much.
And honestly, at this point, like, I know you guys now have played, but keep sending in questions and keep sending emails to Noah. Honestly, daily. I think he.
We would.
Like,
I
don't want you to stop like sending your life updates.
I like
to
that.
Noah.
They also
just because you got on the show doesn't mean it has to stop.
Doesn't mean your relationship with Noah has to end.
Yeah, and they'll like. I like that you guys like apologize when they don't. They're like, sorry for not sending questions yesterday. We were busy. Like,
oh my.
I'll be honest. Lizzie has bared the way. I have been. She has her life together, and I am all over the place all the time. So she's like, "This is what I sent to Noah today," and I'm like, "Oh man, I forgot. I still have it."
Oh my god. Well, that is very cute.
Spam Noah with like 30 questions, and I'm like, "Really sorry. Here's like a month's worth."
Amazing.
Also, like, we're both studying for our CPA right now, so like I've been updating Noah how we're doing on that.
Yeah.
We find out on Wednesday, Noah.
Oh, good. Good. Please let us know how it goes.
Waiting.
Yeah,
please.
Let us know how it goes. Thank you guys so much for playing. It was so nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, thank y'all.
So nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
Bye.
All right, we have a great interview with Teddi Wright. We're talking all things this season of The Bachelor. But first, guys, you know the official beer of Chicks in the Office, Coors Light. It's a crazy time of year right now. Getting closer to spring. We were just talking about the spring forward, the clock's changing. It's an adjustment. And sometimes you just need to take a moment for yourself, sit down, relax, and have an ice cold Coors Light. The mountains on the bottles and cans even turn blue when your beer is cold. That way you always know when it's time to chill. So when you need to hit reset, just open a Coors Light mountain cold refreshment, cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged. It's as crisp and refreshing as the Colorado Rockies, perfect for a moment to unwind. So when I need a little Sunday night recharge, a nice cold Coors Light ready to go. So when we need to take a second for ourselves, we reach for the beer that's made to chill. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Drizzly or Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/chicks. And always celebrate responsibly. This is coming from Coors Brewing Company in Golden, Colorado.
All right, everyone. I am here with a very special guest, another Fran solo interview. How did you guys get so lucky? We have Teddi Wright joining us from this season of The Bachelor. Teddi, how are you? Thank you for coming on the show.
Hi, I'm good. I'm so happy to be here.
So I really want to go through everything. And yes. I want to start from the beginning because I know everybody is talking about what is happening currently. But I want to go back and start with your journey and where this all started for you. So you make it onto Clayton season. What was the, I guess, process for you like getting on the show? Did you want to go on the show? Did someone nominate you to go on the show?
I have always been told that I would make a good person to go on the show, and I never knew if that was a compliment or not. I got
fair.
to a place. Yeah, exactly. One day in the middle of the night, I just woke up and I was like, you know what? Why don't I just apply? Like, there was that little thing that they put at the end of episodes. So I did that online application where you just say like a couple sentences and submit a photo. And then I got a call back pretty quickly. So I did want to go on, but I had no idea that it would actually work out.
Right. And when you did that, you didn't know it would be Clayton because that turnaround was pretty quick.
Oh my gosh. No, we did not know who it was going to be. We thought it was going to be someone from Katie's season when I first applied. And it wasn't until a few days before I left that we found out who it would really be. And I was excited that it was him at the time, but I did go in applying for Gregory Andrew.
Right. Right. I do remember. I know that was a whole big topic, even just from us discussing. There were so many rumors. We all thought it was going to be Katie, and then all of a sudden that was kind of a shocker. So you did see it was Clayton. And I do remember night one, you telling him like, oh, I was excited to find out that it was you. Did he live up to those expectations that you had the first night?
I will say that's true. Like everyone's like, did she really mean that? I did mean that, but I didn't see Michelle's season. So I was just going off of like a blurb that I saw about each of the men. And he just seemed like such a sweet guy that was kind of like a Ben Higgins type from what I thought, and just was really ready for marriage. And he just seemed so sweet from a small town. He was different than I was expecting. I do still think highly of him in a lot of ways, but he wasn't what I thought he was going to be from the little blurb that I saw.
Right. And you were a fan of the show. So how many seasons have you watched? Like how far back can you remember?
I guess Ben Higgins. Yeah. I watched his. I don't remember how long ago that was, but
yeah, I mean, I guess now that was probably has to be like 6-ish years ago, right?
Oh, wow. Okay.
I would think. I mean, I literally have Google directly in front of me. Let's see. Ben Higgins season of The Bachelor aired on, 2016. So, wow, okay. Spot on, Fran. That was whoa. Okay. I know. I clearly really pay attention to the show. 6 years ago. Wow. So, night one, you go in. You get that first impression rose. And I know you kind of talked about this on the Women Tell All. What was that feeling like for you, and did it take you by surprise?
Yeah, I was not expecting that. When I talked to him in the very beginning of when I got in the limo, it went really well. And then we saw him come in the middle, right when after 6 girls came in, and he was like, if it stopped here, I would just be so happy. I'm so happy with the girls that are here. But he had never looked at me when he said that. So I was like, okay, he clearly is not interested in me. And then I didn't talk to him for a little bit, and I was worried. But as soon as I talked to him, I knew I was going to be there that next day. I felt confident that we had enough of a connection that I would be there, but I still had no idea that I would get that rose. And in the moment, I was really happy. It was good validation that he felt a connection with me that I was feeling with him.
Yeah. What were you feeling? I know, like I just said, first impression rose, but it did seem like there was more going on this night one than a lot of seasons past, because we did have a few girls leave or just that didn't have connections with him. So how are you guys all feeling that first night?
It was crazy. We were all so nervous, and I think your biggest fear when you go into it is you meet him, you don't get to talk to him, and then you get sent home. So everyone was on high edge intensity. I think the girls that did get to talk to him and then decided they wanted to leave, I think there was just some frustration, with the girls that didn't get to speak to him at all. Well, why did they get to talk to him and now they're leaving? So there was a lot of high intense emotions that night. I tried staying out of it for the most part, but we see Claire just going to every girl. She's so funny, but she really was going to every single girl and just being I hate him. So a lot going on.
That's funny. I didn't even really think about the impact of girls speaking to him, not liking him, and then coming back to the girls who haven't talked to him yet and being like, this guy sucks.
Totally. And it's well, you just took my time.
Yeah, right. You just took my time, and probably gave some preconceived notions to some of the girls, oh no, you go into it kind of worrying, is this guy really not great? So it worked out well for you, but then I think as viewers, we were all watching and we were like, she gets that first impression rose. There is a pressure because everyone takes it so seriously, because so many of the first impression rose winners go on to really be on the show the whole time or towards the end.
Totally.
And it is totally more like The Bachelorette, because women have better intuition. And that seems to be the case most of the time. But as you're going on, it's week 2, 3, are you kind of like, where the hell is my one-on-one date?
Yeah, I was. And again, like the girls that were getting the one-on-ones were girls that I knew had a strong connection with him. Like it was straight off the bat, Susie got the first one-on-one. So in my head, I couldn't even say like, well, he's just giving it to the girls that he isn't sure about. So mine will come later with the girls that he really knows.
Right.
Because Susie got one. So I was like, okay, no, where is mine then? So I was getting worried week after week, especially because he was really validating still of, don't worry, when it gets closer to the end, like there will be less girls and we'll have more time. But I knew that he could have given me more time that week if he wanted to with a one-on-one. So yeah, my feelings were becoming more insecure as the weeks were going on, just because I wasn't sure where he was at.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was getting harder week after week.
And I think that contestants on all Bachelor shows, you know, they talk about how important that one-on-one time is. And you see the girls that make it pretty far and don't get that one-on-one. It's like, well, you're not meeting my family. I don't even really know you. So where was your headspace at before and after your one-on-one, and how much do you think that changed how you felt about Clayton?
Totally. I think one-on-ones are so important, and I think the earlier you get it, the better. I was becoming very weary of if I could see a future with Clayton, just because also, by the way, I pronounce Clayton, everyone hates it.
I'm dying. I kid you not. I just was about to say something, and it's because how you said important.
It's my T's.
And I'm like, you have very strong T's.
I can't help it. Bitten, kitten, every T. But I just wanted to make that clear. I know, but I can't help it.
That is so funny. He was in the office here last week, and he was like, "It's Clayton, guys." Like we're like, I know.
He even told me that. He was like, "You're saying my name wrong." I'm like, "No, you are. You need to pronounce your name correctly."
That is really, really funny. Yes, anyway. Back to one-on-ones. Yeah.
So every week that I wasn't getting one, I was less sure about him, just because I think that time is important. You don't feel like you are boyfriend and girlfriend until you're alone with him.
Right.
But when I would get one-on-one individual time on our group dates for that like 15 minutes, I would be reassured that, okay, I still want to be here. But when we got to Croatia, I kind of was losing hope that I was going to get one. And I knew that hometowns were right around the corner. And I really was like, if I don't get one this week, I am not going to be able to introduce him to my family, because there's no way I'm going to put my family through that.
Yeah.
Because I would not be sure. And that's a really big step for me. So it came at the right time. I think after my one-on-one, like we really were just laughing the whole time. I was reassured that I did want to introduce him to my family. I still wasn't sure if I was going to get engaged at the end, but I definitely knew after my one-on-one that I wanted him to meet my family.
Yeah. And now what was kind of nice too, I think for you was this, I think we've seen the show make the quote unquote virgin storyline a very prominent storyline. Like, oh, it's the drama of the girl's got to tell Clayton and it's like becomes this whole big thing. But it felt like you handled it really well. And it was just like, look, this is something that it's happened. It's here. Sure. I'll talk to you about it, but I don't need to make it this whole big ordeal. Totally. Did you ever feel any pressure to kind of like play that up at all?
I didn't. And that's something that I talked about really early on before I was on the show with the producers of this is just another piece of me, but it's not my identity. And I don't want it to become my identity on this show, because it's just not in my real life.
Yeah.
So I was really thankful that it wasn't something I had to like talk about every week after week. And it was something I wanted time, like during a one-on-one, to talk to him about, just because I'm not the stereotypical virgin. And I knew that it wouldn't be just, oh, hey, by the way, I'm a virgin and I'm waiting until marriage and that's that. Like I knew I needed more time, because that wasn't the case for me. So I'm thankful that I got that opportunity and that it wasn't like blown out of proportion. And yeah, he took it, I think, for the most part well. People were really annoyed with him because he was like, well, you don't look like a virgin, if that helps. And that was so weird. But besides that, like we did have a really good conversation. We did ask good questions. Besides that,
boys are really dumb sometimes. It's just like, like it's like you know where his heart was on that, and it just like it still comes across like, oh,
totally.
No.
That's the thing with him is like his heart is in a good place.
Yeah.
His words sometimes just don't work.
Yeah. We have joked that we have felt that sometimes when a lot of the women are really sharing with him major parts of their lives, and he's just kind of like, thanks for telling me that. Like, and that's hard. It's hard for anybody. So it is very much understood. But after that the roast ceremony, where you went home right before hometowns, what was going through your mind? And at that time, were you like set on thinking you were bringing Clayton to meet your family? Like, was that something you were really 100% into?
Yeah, I was 100% wanting to do that, and I also was 100% sure my name was going to get called.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, when it was just between me and Gabby, I was like, oh, poor girl, like she's about to get heartbroken right now. I was in her dress too, and I remember telling her before, I was like, okay, like whichever, like because at that point we knew, I think it was me, Rachel, and Gabby. And him and Rachel did have a strong connection. I think Gabby, they had a very strong connection, but I don't think the rest of the girls saw it as much. It was very like just intimate between the two of them. So I think at that point we knew it was between the two of us, and I thought that my name was going to get called. Looking back now, their connection is so sweet, and like it made complete sense why her name was called. But yeah, I was sure I was going to introduce him to my family that week, and I did really want that. Yeah.
How was it going home for you? Like what were your emotions like when you had to leave?
Oh my gosh, that first week back was awful. It's just like a culture shock in general, like coming back to the real world. And it's not like other shows where it's live.
Yeah.
So coming home and, you know, it got leaked that I got the first impression rose. So I think a lot of people assumed that I was engaged. So coming home and like having months in between of not being able to fully share everything was difficult. And we see, like, I don't really talk to him that much before I leave. So having to deal with not getting the closure that I really needed was so hard, because once you leave and you don't see him again until the tell-all.
Yeah.
So I eventually did get the closure that I needed on my own. But those first 2 weeks were really hard of just wanting to speak to him again and knowing that he was meeting other families. It was hard coming home.
Well, one thing I do think it was very impressive, because it did feel like you stayed out of a lot of the drama per se that the ladies were getting into, whether it was, you know, the shrimp stuff or the Shanae stuff. How, like, were you just kind of an observer? How did you try and kind of stay out of that fray?
Yeah, I was a runner. Every time there was a loud voice, I would run in the other direction. Especially with the Shanae stuff, I honestly just didn't really see any of it until the trophy throw.
Yeah.
Because when she was in the house, she was very quiet and calm. It seemed like she would really isolate herself from everyone else. It was just mostly on those group dates when she would talk to Clayton that things would really get out of hand, but I never saw any of it. So the girls would come back from group dates with her and be like, that was awful. Shanae was being so terrible. But then Shanae would just be up in her room and I'd be like, what? She seems fine. I don't know what you guys are talking about. So watching it back was a huge shock, just because until she threw that trophy, like nothing else I knew of, she seemed like relatively normal.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was oblivious to all of the drama for the most part.
Yeah. And then I think with like the Sarah stuff, it felt like maybe that was where you had gotten a little bit more involved when Clayton started to ask more of how you all felt, and you had more interactions with Sarah. How did you personally feel like Sarah was maybe twisting the narrative a little bit?
Yeah, I think something that none of us realized was she was talking to all of us, all of the girls that it was clear that she had a strong connection with Clayton. She said many times that she only went to me and Rachel. Gabby and Susie have also said that she went to them too individually. Like that was never coming from me and Rachel.
Right.
That was just coming from her, because me and Rachel never shared that with anyone else, because she was saying it to us in a way of, because we're so close, I want to tell you this secretly, just because I want you to guard your heart. So I never told anyone else, and neither did Rachel, because we were like, okay, well, she's trying to be our friend, so I'm not going to go to anyone else about this, until the whole Mara stuff came out, and then everything started to trickle away. And then we were all like, oh, she told you that? Oh, she told you that? And she told Hunter. So it was a lot of people that were being told, but none of us wanted to tattle, quote unquote, just because it seemed like it was a friendly thing at the time. But yeah, that's kind of where everything blew out of proportion. And like at the woman tell all, I actually texted her a couple weeks before that because I did not want there to be drama. I knew it was coming for her because she did lie.
Yeah.
And I was hoping to talk to her off camera before Womenthal and just clear it away. But she never responded to my text message. And that's completely okay. Like, you don't have to ever text me. But because of that, then we had to do it at the tell-all. And I never wanted her to feel ganged up on. But she didn't reply. And a lot of us had things that we had to say and work out. I was hoping that she would just say, hey, I was feeling insecure, so I might have said things that were not true, or I'm sorry, my perception was different than reality. And I would have said, cool, like that's all that needed to be said. That mansion can make you do crazy things. And I would have moved on from it. I think it was just the continuing trying to blame the other girls for lying that it just became too difficult to stand by that.
I totally understand that. And you mentioned Mara, the conversation around age has always been something that takes a life of its own on the show, whether this person's too young or too old or perfect age, whatever it is. I thought it was really interesting that Mara focused, or what it seemed like, so hard on Sarah at, what they say, she's 23, when you're not that much older than Sarah. Right? Totally. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy to me, because I think if you're on this show and you're the one that gets singled out for age, it's so hard to try and get out of that when there are other girls that are really not, it's not like a crazy thing. You're talking about a year-ish, maybe. So what are your feelings on the whole age conversation? And did any of the older women, did you feel like any of the older women were like, oh, Teddi's too young?
I didn't feel that way besides with Mara, and she was really mostly pointing it on Sarah, and it was for other reasons besides age. Yeah. But that was kind of the biggest one that she was kind of claiming. So that was hard for me to listen to. Me and Rachel are the same age. I think Genevieve was the same age. So we were like, well, if you're saying that it's the age thing, then you're kind of talking about us too.
All of you, yeah.
And I just don't agree with that. I don't think age can really define when you're ready for marriage. I think we all move through life in different ways, and we go through trials and traumas in different ages. So that's kind of where I wasn't on Mara's side, because I don't think that age should really be taken into account. But she was getting other comments about like being a cougar and stuff on the other direction. So I think age just needs to be dropped from the whole narrative on the show. Yeah. So I think it's ridiculous and silly on both.
Right.
Both
and she's like in her early 30s. Like, it's like, that's dumb. Yeah. If we're getting too loose with the term cougar, then, because
oh my God,
then everyone's a cougar. It's
exactly.
Like, we can't, that it does get kind of silly. So you've mentioned the Womenthal a couple times. How was that filming for you? Were you nervous about that day?
I was so nervous. I knew that there's going to be a lot of drama with Sarah, and that was kind of the part that I was really concerned about. And then my talk on the hot seat. Those are like my two worries.
Yeah.
I feel like it did go pretty well. I feel like I said everything that I needed to say on all fronts, but I was really nervous that whole day. And my hot seat was really late. We had to do all the drama first, and I hate drama. Like, it makes me shell up. So by the time my hot seat came, I think that's why I was even more emotional, because I was just like so done with the day. And then I cry, and I did not mean to cry, but it's okay.
I give you credit, because I feel like it's really easy to jump in on the, gang mentality, they call it, when it comes to especially Shanae, where it felt like, she dug her own grave, and then she didn't want to get out of it at all. She did not apologize. She didn't own up to anything. She tried to throw Genevieve under the bus. So it just things kept adding up. But it did feel like the way some of the women were speaking to her and the words they chose to use for her, like, it all felt a little icky.
Yeah, and that was hard to watch, just because those women are honestly such amazing women, and they're so kind, and they just let like their frustrations of Shanae not owning up to anything get the better of them. But I think like that's where it gets hard, because then all of the things that Shanae did wrong were kind of just put under the rug because of the way the girls were reacting.
Yep.
And that's just kind of a bummer, because it's really great girls that are now being villainized because of things that they said that they should never have said. But now all the things Shanae did was kind of just swept under the rug.
I felt the same thing. I'm constantly, like, I'm tweeting about the show. I talk about the whole thing. And so I first felt like, I was like, oh my God, Shanae is not owning up to anything. if the girls just let her not apologize and talk, it speaks so much more on Shanae than it does on the rest of the women. So unfortunately, like when it does go to the name calling and all that, it takes a different tone. And it did feel like, you know, Shanae was never gonna. You think she'll ever own up for any of this stuff, or this is just who she is?
No, she'll never own up to it. And I think like we just have to be okay with that. Like we just have to move on from it. And yeah, I think the girls that said those things, I think that they wish that they wouldn't have, because I feel like especially Body just should never be talked about, especially because she has so many things that we can go after her for with her character. Right. So like, let's stick with those. But no, Shanae will never apologize. I think we just have to live with that.
Yeah, definitely. Your time in the hot seat, you know, the highlight I think for everyone to get a good laugh was you saying that Clayton, one of Clayton's brothers, slid into your DMs. And I want to ask you, did you share that with some of the other women? Because it really did feel like if you didn't say it, they were going to say it for you.
Here's the hard part is I think there might have been like one girl up there that knew, but I think guys from different seasons are just kind of going into DMs. So I don't know what they were going to say. And that's why I was like, okay, I just need to say it because they're about to just start putting every guy on blast, like for everything right now. So I didn't really tell that many girls. I don't know how Jesse found out because I did tell a couple, and who knows how then Jesse got a hold of that information. But I'm just so thankful that when I saw it on social media, all of the brothers were just thinking that it was funny, because Clayton is getting a lot of hate and, you know, he's doing some things wrong, and I'm sure we'll talk about that. But I think some of the comments that he gets are too far, and they are really malicious, and it is trickling down to the rest of his family. And I was just concerned that this would be one more thing that like the family would have to deal with. So to see them all just kind of like play up with it and just think that it was funny, and like the two brothers both denying it, I think it's hilarious because one of them definitely did, but like I find that so funny that they're both denying it. So I'm glad that it was just kind of like a funny thing for all of them.
Yeah, definitely. It did seem like they took a brotherly mentality about it and just started like giving each other shit for it. Cool. And that it did end up just being a funny thing, because you're right, it is tough, and it's really hard because everybody has a different persona on TV. And talking to Clayton, I have felt it where it's like, you know, this guy, he's not a malicious guy. He's making some mistakes, and clearly we're watching it all happen. And he's in love with, so he says he's in love with all these women. You're watching Fantasy Suites. What was going through your mind when you saw all the I love yous?
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. I did know, you know, some things beforehand. Watching it play out was just like it's just crazy to watch and like see it, like, because it is such good TV, but like these are real people and these are my friends. So watching it was really hard to see, especially like him yelling out the I love yous to Rachel and Gabby in like very similar ways. Yeah. It was like hard to watch, and just knowing like probably what they're feeling in that moment as well. It was it was the worst episode I think for me to watch, and I wasn't even in that one. I think it's just heartbreaking for all four of them, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think he necessarily meant to do it, but when you're like the way it gets cut up, and you're like, every date there's a formula. They go on the date, they have dinner, it's the overnight. So when you see that 3 times in a row, and on the third time you're like, oh my God, he's sitting at dinner and giving the same speech for the third time, then you're like, oh no, this is like, it's in the same place. He's sitting across the table from her. It's the same thing. What are your thoughts on Susie's feelings? Because of course she's valid in whatever feelings she has when it comes to sex perhaps being a deal breaker for her. Do you think that was fair for her to do? And do you think like because this is a thing, everyone says she should have said something earlier, but sometimes you don't have that opportunity.
Yeah, that's a good point. You really sometimes don't have the opportunity. I love Suze, and I know her intentions were never to like trick him in this. I maybe would have done things a little bit differently. And again, like we just don't know. Maybe she didn't have the opportunity. If it was something that was a deal breaker for me, I think personally, I probably would have told him before it all started.
Right.
But I'll say, in the real world, you should never have to tell your boyfriend that you don't want him to sleep with someone else.
No.
So I completely understand her point of view in that. However, we are in a different environment where we are okaying him to have full relationships with other women as well. So I think that's where it makes it a little bit tricky, where I see, honestly, both sides, where she wasn't sure she was being chosen. So she didn't want to tell him ahead of time and ruin his whole experience of then going into fantasy suites with Rachel and Gabby and maybe not doing something and then regretting it. So I don't know. I see both sides of it, and I feel bad for both of them in this. I think like where it just changes is the way he did end up speaking to her in the end. It's just so hard because I think they both are right in some ways. I think Susie did not mean to dupe him in this way. And if that's her value, she has to stick with that. And like, I respect that. But I also understand Clayton. We all did tell him, especially when you get far enough, like, I want you to fully experience dating these other women, because if it's me in the end that you get on one knee for, I want it to be because you fully know that it's me and not because you didn't do something or did do something with another woman. So I think I understand where he was like, well, you were telling me to date them, but you can, I don't know. It's so hard. I go back and forth between it, but I do have so much respect for Susie. And I think the way she handled the conversation with him that night, I think she did do it the best she could.
Definitely. I agree with you. I said this during our recap. You know, I saw someone post I think it was a tweet where they were like, Clayton's still living in under bachelor rules and Susie's living in under real life rules, where she's really looking to like a real life engagement, and Clayton's still like, I'm the bachelor and I have two other women and this is all going on. And a lot of times, like, I do feel like, unfortunately, his natural reaction to hearing who he claims to be his number one girl, right? Like, he's like, I love you. You're the one I love the most. We're tearing love now.
Exactly.
Was just like anger for him to be like, oh my God, I went through this whole thing and the girl who I hope to end it with is now gonna walk away, and how stupid am I gonna look? And then you start like, then it becomes an ego thing, which, you know, we don't have enough time to talk about, but it's what are your thoughts going into the finale? Because look, if I now think he's probably single. I don't even know if he proposes. I just feel like if I was Rachel or Gabby and I was watching this and I saw how angry he got / him saying, I love you the most.
Totally.
I'm like, I'm not gonna go with this.
Yeah. I think that's where it makes it tricky, because we see like the day portion of his date with Susie, and it's not like they did anything that was so like life altering for him that it would have changed his mind. So going into that night and saying, I love you the most, it seems like you already knew you loved her the most before your date with Rachel and Gabby. So if you loved her the most, then why did you even feel the need to tell the other women that you loved them if you loved someone the most? And why did you sleep with the other two women if you loved her the most? So I think that's where it becomes hard, and I don't know how he's going to respond to that. But if I was in their position, I feel so deeply for them, and I think it's a hard position to be in. I don't know how I would come back from that if I was either of them, seeing the way he responded with Susie wanting to leave.
I know. So we're going to have a pretty crazy finale. That is for sure. We'll see how it comes to an end. But to end on a little bit of a light note, I think everyone really loved you this season. I think you are so great. You really I just felt like you handled this show really well. And I hope to see you on Paradise. And if you were to end up on Paradise, I know you said you kind of thought maybe Greg or Andrew would be the Bachelor. Who would you like to see on the beach?
Ooh, I said names and I got in trouble. But everyone was like, some people liked my choices, some people didn't, and I heard it on both sides. I'll say the person, I'm just going to get in trouble again because I keep doing this to myself.
It's okay.
I'll say the person that I've been consistent and definitely wanting to meet on the beach. I haven't met any of these guys in person or talked to them.
Good clarification.
Yes, because a lot of people are like, oh, she's already seeing someone. I have not met any of them, nor do I plan to if I went to Paradise. I definitely want to meet Andrew Spencer if I go.
Yeah.
And then I think Ben from Tayshia's season is really cute, but I have no idea if he would even be going.
So. Yeah. Well, I think those are two very good choices. So hopefully we do see you in Paradise. I think you would be an awesome addition, and you were so great this season. Thank you so much for coming on and talking to me. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. We hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be back on Wednesday for our Bachelor finale recap extravaganza. And we love you guys.
Love you. Love you guys.
Love you.